Welcome students, this is Miss Nupur and I'll teach chapter 7, Europe, in this video. Now Europe, has united under the common union which is called as the European Union. And this union, it allows independent European countries to have number 1, single currency, and number 2, to combine their economic and military power. Now, if we talk about Europe, Europe has been home to some of the earth's greatest civilizations, starting from ancient Greece to the Roman Empire. And if we talk about democracy, it was born in this part of the world. And World War I and World War II, they are the two major turning points in the history of Europe. And it is one of the world's 7 continents and home to more than 40 countries. And diversity stems from the years of migration, cultural diffusion and changing borders. Now let's read about location and boundaries of Europe. Now about the exact boundaries of Europe, they are not clearly defined, okay? And it is difficult to say whether islands and countries such as Greenland, the Arctic islands, Turkey and the Trans-Caucasian republics are part of Europe or not. The border with Asia, however, is taken to follow the Ural Mountains, the river Ural, to the Caspian Sea, the Manik Valley, to the Sea of Azov, and the Black Sea and the Bosphorus. Now it is surrounded by, so Europe is surrounded with water on the other 3 sides: Arctic Ocean in the north, Atlantic Ocean in the west, and the Mediterranean Sea in the south. And the latitudinal extent of Europe is 35 degree north to 72 degree north latitudes, and the longitudinal extent is 25 degree west to 65 degree east longitudes. Now next they have given the countries and the names of and their capitals. For example, for France it is Paris, Germany is Berlin. Similarly for the rest also they have given the name of the countries and their capitals. Now major physical features of Europe. Europe has a huge area of land and similar in size with that of USA. And there are hundreds of mountains, rivers, valleys, lakes, etc. And the landscape of Europe has 3 layers. One is highlands in the far north, then a broad central lowland plain and a more mountainous south. Whereas Europe can be divided into 4 major physical regions. They are northwestern uplands, North European plain, Central uplands and alpine mountains. Now let's read about the first one, that is northwestern uplands. Northwestern uplands, they curve up along the western edge of Europe and define the physical landscape of Scandinavia, Finland, Iceland, Scotland, Ireland and Brittany region of France, Spain and Portugal. Then these uplands, they are defined by hard ancient rocks are present there that were shaped by the glaciation. Glaciation means the process of land by being transformed by glaciers or ice sheets. So, as the glaciers they receded from the sea, from the areas, they left a number of distinct physical features. What are these physical features? They are marshlands. Marshlands are, an area of low-lying land which is flooded in wet seasons or at even during high tide and typically remains waterlogged all the times. Lakes and fjords. Many of Europe's fjords are located in Iceland and Scandinavia, and these are deep glacial drowned valleys that are filled with seawater, and they are deep inlets of sea with steep rising sides. Next is North European plain. Now the North European plain includes parts of France, Belgium, The Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, Poland, Belarus and the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and these plains are also known as North European lowlands. It is home to many navigable rivers including Rhine, Weser, Elbe, Oder and Vistula, and the climate supports a wide variety of seasonal crops because the plain is very fertile, because the soil is very fertile. And even these physical features, they allow early communication, travel and agricultural development. And the region, North European plain, remains most densely populated region in Europe. Next is Central Uplands. The Central Uplands include Western France, Belgium, Southern Germany, the Czech Republic and parts of Northern Switzerland and Austria. And Central Uplands are less rugged than the Alpine regions and are heavily wooded. They are an undulating plateau. Undulating means have a wavy form or outline. So the plateau is undulating with an elevation of 230 to 250 meters. Now, this region is sparsely populated except the Rhine, Elbe and Danube river valleys. And the important highlands in this region includes the Massif Central and the Vosges in France, Ardennes of Belgium, the Black Forest and the Taunus in Germany, and the Ore and Sudeten in the Czech Republic. Next is Alpine Mountains. Now, Alpine Mountains include ranges in the Italian and Balkan peninsulas, northern Spain and southern France, and region includes mountains of Alps, Pyrenees, Apennines, Dinaric Alps, Balkans and Carpathians. Now, high elevations, rugged plateaus and steepy slopes. So slopes are of two types, steep and gentle. So steepy sloping land define the region. And Europe's highest peak, that is Mount Elbrus, it is 5,642 meter, is in the Caucasus Mountains of Russia. And many active volcanoes such as Mount Etna and Mount Vesuvius in Italy is present.